Welcome to Unity of Charlottesville. Glad to see you all here today. It's a little damp, but it's going to get nicer. My name is Rhonda Cooley, and I'm the celebration assistant today, doing a solo job with my guest, Marge Brown, Reverend Marge Brown, who I'll talk about later. Don and Patricia are off in Greece somewhere, having a great time eating great food and hopefully having a well-deserved vacation. I just want to welcome everybody here today. As you know, Unity welcomes everybody, all colors, religions, sexual preference. You take it, you come, we'll accept you. So as always, we have also a guest speaker today. We have Reverend Marge Brown, who will be speaking and doing the meditation. And as always, we have our infamous music director, Blair Jones, along with her support team and praise singers. Special day for music. So let's stand. You want to stand on this one because we're going to open with song as we always do. And this is a goodie, so get up there. Sing along on the chorus.
I know 3 little words that can change my life, give me power every day. These 3 little words can heal my life and help me get out of my way. Every time I hit a roadblock, this is what I say. Life is good. Playful out. Playful out. Yes, I can. Tell me more. I am blessed. Be here now. I love you. I know the words that I say will determine the way that my life is gonna be. When I say what I feel, then I make it so real to manifest my destiny. I just think about what I'm saying. That's the magic key. Life is good. I just claim it. Let it go. Peace and surrender. Playful love. Go for it now. Tell me no, I know I can. I want to know what you're thinking. I'm truly grateful. Fully present. I love you. When I trust my heart to say what's on my mind, the truth will be revealed. It happens every time. Words can heal my soul. Words can help me through. My words determine what I think and feel and do. Life is good. I just claim it. Let it go. Peace and surrender. Playful love. Go for it now. I know I can. Tell me more. I want to know what you're thinking. I am blessed. I'm truly grateful. Be here now. I'm fully present. I love you. Life is good. Let it go. Playful out. Yes, I can. Tell me more. I am blessed. Be here now. I love you. Life is good. I just claim it. Let it go. Peace and surrender. Go for it now. I know I can. I want to know what you're thinking. I'm truly grateful. I'm fully present. Yes, I do love
you. Okay, so now that you're awake, we often start with prayer, always start with prayer, so Reverend Marge Brown will lead us in prayer.
So nice to be here and to see all of you this morning. It's a blessing Yeah. So let's take all of that joy and enthusiasm and let us pray together. So let's just take a moment. If you want to close your eyes, you can. Take a deep breath. And we be here now for this divine appointment. Because as we take a moment to breathe deeply and raise our consciousness for this service, as we do it all together, we exponentially raise the vibration and help our city and our country and our world. So let's just take a moment to do that. Bringing your breath into those upper chakras. Knowing we are filled with that divine wisdom and that inspiration and all the divine ideas that lie in that field of potentiality and possibilities. And in this sacred moment, we want to hold our loved ones in prayer. We also want to remember in our prayers Barbara, whose mother Margaret made her transition yesterday. And of course, we want to hold in prayer Don and Patricia Lansky as they travel, and especially for Don, that he actually relaxes. And we give thanks. We give thanks for everybody in service today. And we give thanks that the Holy Spirit moves through each one of us to uplift us and help us serve humanity. Amen.
And let us conclude the prayer with our statement of faith together. There is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, God the good, omnipotence. So it's that time to sing and stand. We're going to get a chance to greet people here. Maybe you're here for the first time. Maybe you haven't been here for a long time. We're glad to see you.
I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here.
Say hi. How you doing? Welcome.
I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here.
Always. So it's that time for the Youth Ed announcement, and our new youth director, Robin, is right here to give us a little talk.
Chaos up here. Good morning, everybody. So the Memorial Day family picnic is next weekend, right? Memorial Day is next weekend. It's earlier this year. It's not the last weekend in May, because the last weekend in May is shared with June this year. So anyways, if you would like to join us for a picnic in the downstairs new picnic area next Sunday, feel free to stay after with us. I think we're going to try to grill, but if we don't, then we'll bring grilled food or some other fun food, and you can bring some picnic items yourself. And I think Genevieve is going to set up some lawn games, and we're going to kind of flyer the town this week and just invite the community to come in, and we'll see what happens. So that will happen next weekend, and I think that's the only announcement I have today. So let's go ahead and bless the youth and teachers and parents. Children's, Uniteens, YOUers, teachers and parents, you are loved, special, and important. Thank you.
So true. Thank you. So we have some opportunities for transformation today. The Women Rising Workshop with Reverend Marge Brown is today from 1 to 3 p.m., a suggested love offering of $25. No one is turned away, so if you want to participate in that workshop, please do. Okay, who's doing this? Time to spruce up the grounds. Okay, this is the third time as a charm, right? I mean, we want the rain, but not on Saturday. Okay, sure.
All right, I'll make it quick.
Make it quick.
The rain is mainly making us insane. The trees need trimming, the porch needs cleaning. Okay, enough of that. I'll refrain, and that rhymes too. Tony couldn't be here, so I'm here to say that I'll talk to you, Robin Stanley, about how we're going to coordinate this, because we got the okay to do next Sunday after church, kind of 12:30 to 2:30, to clean up outside. But we'll make it work, as we always do. Just bring a change of clothes if you want to help out, and then we'll, you be in touch with either Tony or I or both of us about what you can bring, if you can come, if you cannot, whatever, so we can get a final tally. And God is with us. He will have it not be raining next Sunday, and this will be the end of us standing up here for work day. Yeah. I look forward to it.
Every day is work day here outside. So spiritual cinema will be June 2nd at 1 p.m. The movie is Perfect Days. Did you want to say anything about that, Peter? No? That's okay. Oh, you do? You want to say something about it? Come on. So spiritual cinema is really cool because not only do you watch a movie, but you all kind of have discussion about it after the movie. So if you fell asleep, they can tell you what happened.
Yeah, you might fall asleep in this one. There's no explosions. There's no car chases. Yeah, it unfolds kind of like a flower, very slowly. But it's a beautiful movie, and you'll probably want to move to Tokyo after you see it.
That's a little far for me. Okay. So the Unity Men's Group, the fellowship is happening. The next one is June 3rd at 6 p.m. up here in the Fillmore House. And Patricia, Reverend Patricia, is doing her Navigating Through Grief, a Healing Journey with Jeff, who is going to talk about that with the Hospice of the Piedmont.
Hi. Well, there is only a couple of weeks to sign up. This is going to be on June 8th. It's a half-day experiential workshop on navigating through grief. And I've worked with grief. I've been a social worker for about 40 years now. And I touch grief all the time, and so many people need help with their healing journey. So this workshop has two main components. Patricia's giving a wonderful session on compassionate grieving. And then my session is called Natural Grief, the role of mindfulness in the healing journey of grief. So it's only $20, and we have refreshments. It should be a wonderful, rewarding time. So I hope you join. Thank you.
So put that on your calendar, Saturday, June 8th, starting at 8:30. And as always, we have Ginger's book study group, Guidance for Awakening Humans, the second Saturday of each month. So that means it'll be on June 8th. If you have any questions, you can contact Ginger at that email. What's that? About? Sure. Okay. Yeah, you do. For the people that are in Zoom land, they have to hear
in
you.
Zoom land. Welcome, everyone. My name is Rebecca. Closer. I like that. I have been not playing full out. I have been battling osteomyelitis, which is a bone infection, for 3 years. Been to doctors, witch doctors, everything. I am doing something that is amazing. It's hyperbaric. You get in an oxygen tank and you stay there a couple hours, hang out, and it's working. Finally, it's working. And I've just done it 3 times, and I'm going to do it 30 times. So please pray that it works. I'm finally excited about living, finally. Thank you.
Great, great. Thanks for sharing that. So Janice isn't here today, but this was rescheduled due to COVID. And Janice and friends are going to have this wonderful memoir that she has created with wonderful music on June 16th. It'll be at 1 o'clock. A light lunch will be included. And the proceeds from that will be going to the Unity Mortgage, which now is like at a $500,000. Really, $500,000, right? It's even lower than that. But let's just say, yeah. But that's a house pay. That's what you buy a house for now. So that's really great. From how many years have we been here? 17, 18 years. So that's really awesome. So that's been a goal of many people in this community, to pay down the mortgage and eventually not have one. So that's a good thing. So put that on your calendar for Janice's memoir. And then downstairs, you're going to see lots of artwork on the walls, right, Jane? Lots of people got artwork downstairs. We used to just focus in on one artist, but now we're allowing many artists to come. So when fellowship is today, go on down there and check out the artwork. And then on Wednesdays, every Wednesday from 6:30 to 7 on Zoom, we've had this healing half hour now for about 4 years since COVID. And many people take advantage of that. It's a nice midweek time to kind of reflect and get focused. And that's about it with announcements. Let's take this opportunity to affirm our mission statement together. Unity of Charlottesville empowers everyone to express their unique divinity, making a power difference in the world. So true. I wish you strength to rise unafraid, like the morning sun taking on the day. Because when you shine, you light up the place. So I wish you strength. I wish you faith that you'll overcome whatever you face until your journey's done. Beyond any words, as certain as grace, I wish you faith. I wish edge of possibility. I pray that you will find all that you need. I wish you peace that comes from within, the gentle release of all that might have been, like the stillness that waits between waking and sleep. I wish you peace. I wish you could see the you that I see there at the edge of possibility. I pray that you will need all that you need. I wish you strength to rise unafraid like the morning sun taking on the day. Because when you shine, you light up the place. I wish you strength. I wish you faith. I wish you peace. I wish you strength. So true. So it's my honor to introduce you to Reverend Marge Brown, who continues to grow her evolving passions to help humanity. She holds a Bachelor of Science degree in nutrition. Health and nutrition is a 40-year passion of hers. Her MBA has helped the 3 unit churches she served as senior minister grow their income and expand their consciousness. As a bringer of peace, Reverend Marge is now coaching people to rise in the feminine aspects of themselves. Reverend Marge has been involved in Dr. Claire Sammett's body of work since 2018, whose philosophy is, as the feminine rises in influence, we will be living in a more peace-filled world. So true.
Oh, bless you.
Thank you.
Is this good enough?
Yeah, you
Is this-
come a little more centers
Okay.
for the Zoom people, so they can see you. And here's your clicker.
Okay, bless you. All right. Yeah, here we are again. Yeah, so the workshop's open for everybody. It's about the divine feminine rising with, of course, the sacred masculine. And so any of the courageous males who want to learn more about women are certainly welcome. And, you know, when we talk about men learning more about women, your board president, Greg, said, good luck with that one. So I don't know if it was the weather this week or just a minimal amount of sunshine, but it made me go into my humor folder on my computer, and I found these examples. They're from a Catholic elementary school testing kids on questions about the Old and the New Testament. And here's some of their perceptions. Lot's wife was a pillar of salt during the day, but a ball of fire during the night. Solomon, one of David's sons, had 300 wives and 700 porcupines. When Mary heard she was the mother of Jesus, she sang the Magna Carta. Jesus was born because Mary had an immaculate contraption. The people who follow God were called the 12 decibels, and the epistles were the wives of the apostles. I thought they were pretty comical. All right. So again, I want to thank everybody that comes early and is of service, because we really appreciate that. Okay, so today's topic is the power of the powerless. So we're in the midst, as we know, in a time that we've never seen anything of the likes. And we've all done a little bit of head shaking, and we know intellectually it's all coming up for healing. We remember our country is manifested by the conscience of the individuals. So what's the best way we can support all of us through these turbulent times to really make it the way we want it to be? So we have our 12 powers, we have prayer and meditation. But this year, I feel like we need like a bonus power. So I was guided to talk today to give examples of compassion in action. And you know, election year is always a bit feisty, and it's going to really start getting feisty, right? And now we throw into the mix the AI to compound confusion of what's really true and what's not. Warren Buffett watched himself on AI and has said his wife wouldn't have been able to tell the difference between the real Warren Buffett and the AI Warren Buffett, although he said the answers that AI gave were wrong. Whoops. So the first thing I notice about the word compassion is it has the word compass in it. And compass can mean surround, understand, comprehend, obtain, accomplish, scheme, or plot. It comes from the old French, meaning to measure, and it means, from the Latin, to measure off by steps at a calm pace. I like that. A way to measure by steps. I think that's good guidance for this election year, to measure off by steps when we listen, maybe to somebody that has a totally different opinion, and they know that their way is the right way. Anybody have that in their family, like any of their relatives? Maybe, yeah, okay, yeah. And so the word compassion is, it means the deep feeling of sharing the suffering of another in an inclination to give support or to show mercy, or it even means to suffer with. So when we feel compassion, we have the feeling that we're actually suffering with them. So 2 cents of my advice for political discussions, because I have some people in my family that are way different than where I am, is to show compassion. I really feel the suffering of them, because if what they want doesn't turn out right, they're actually going to be suffering, and I feel that suffering with them. So this is a way to be compassionate in these discussions. This is a good question to contemplate, like, when are the times we show compassion? Because, you know, now what we notice in a lot of public places, in restaurants or when people in waiting rooms or in other places, where we used to talk to each other, which might invite a conversation and might invite an opportunity to offer compassion, people are on their devices, right? So it seems like it might diminish those opportunities to actually offer compassion. Because compassion actually takes really tuning in to where somebody is, not thinking about what's on your to-do list or what just happened or trying to think about how to respond, but it's actually like tuning into what they're feeling, how they're feeling, what it's like right now to walk in the shoes as they're telling you what's going on in their life. So, you know, when some of us operate in the 75-mile-an-hour zone and others of us operate in the 45-mile-an-hour zone, some of us take 3 paragraphs to say what could be said in a sentence or two or three. And so to begin with, we need a lot of patience with each other. Anybody have a feeling that we need to do that? Right. Yeah. Because, you know, the person who wants the 3-paragraph explanation, and if you only give them 2 or 3 sentences, they just don't, it's not enough. So the Bible story, and we use the Bible in Unity as one of the spiritual books because we metaphysically interpret it, and because we know where every event and every person in the Bible. So the story that typically earns the best of showing compassion is the Good Samaritan story. And if you don't know it, it's about a traveler who's beaten, stripped of his clothes, and he's left half-dressed on the side of the road. He's almost dead. And a priest and a Levite pass him, and then a Good Samaritan comes along, and he picks him up, and he takes him to an inn, and he bandages him up, and he pays the innkeeper to take care of him while he goes on his way. So today I want to give you 3 examples of compassion. The first one is about a young woman who lost her father, who she was really close to. And she's at a table at a wedding with her good friends, and they know what she's been through. And it comes time for the father-daughter dance. And so she gets up abruptly. And they know this is a very tender moment for her. And so they all get up from the table, and they just stand outside the restroom. And so when she comes outside the restroom, they don't even have to say anything, because just their presence there means, you know, we've got your back, we understand, and they're comforted by that compassionate act. So how do you think that happened? So there was at least one person at the table who was present to their feelings and then expressed it to other people. That one person that was present, maybe there was 2 or 3, who knows, but they were actually tuned in to the Holy Spirit, giving that nudge that says, we need to do something. She just got up, she's upset. So they had that felt sense of what she was feeling. They expressed the feelings to one another. And then they maybe had to corral some of them, who knows, to get up, and then they showed their presence. So we might guess, that they sensed her body language and they just knew what she was doing. So someone was in their I am presence and totally listening. So the second story is about a father of a mentally and physically disabled son. And they're on a walk, and they pass by a baseball field. And the son, Shay, says, "Hey, Dad, do you think they'll let me play?" So the father's like, "Ooh, I'll go ask," but he's not expecting much. So he approaches one of the boys on the field, and the boy kind of looks around for guidance, and he says, "Well, we're losing by 6 runs, and the game is in the 8th inning. I guess he can be on our team, and we'll try to put him in the 9th inning." So Shay struggles over to the bench, and he puts on a team shirt. And he is overwhelmed with joy that both teams his joy just radiates to both members on both teams. He's so excited just to put the team shirt on. So it's the bottom of the 8th inning, and Shay's team scores a few runs, but they're still behind by 3. So now it's the top of the 9th, and they let Shay go out, and they give him a glove, and he's way out in the outfield. And nothing comes to him, but he's like so excited. He's playing, he's got this baseball mitt on, and he's one of them playing. So then it's the bottom of the 9th, and this is the last time that their team is up. They're behind by 2 runs, and they have 2 outs, but they have 2 people on base. So what's going to happen now? Are they going to, they said they might, give Shay the bat. Are they going to give him the bat? Well, they actually give him the bat. So everybody knew that a hit was almost impossible because Shay didn't know how to hold the bat, and much less connect with the ball. So he steps up to the plate, and then at this point in time, the pitcher on the other team realizes that the other team was putting winning aside, and for this moment, to make this moment special in Shay's life, So the pitcher moves a few steps towards Shay, and he lobs the ball really slowly. And Shay swings, there's nothing there. So the pitcher moves up closer and closer and closer. And then he really lobs it, and he's very close to him, and he just lobs it. And all of a sudden, Shay swings, and he makes contact with the ball. So, of course, it doesn't go very far, and the pitcher could easily, just pick it up, throw it to first, and the guy's out. So, but he doesn't do that. He takes his time, and everybody's going, Shay, run to first base. So Shay gets on first base, and the pitcher picks up the ball and purposely, totally overthrows it over the first baseman's head. So it's way out there somewhere. So now everybody's saying, Shay, run to second, run to second, run to second. So finally the first baseman gets the ball, and he sees, Shay's on second, and he takes the ball and he totally throws it way out into the outfield. Now, Shay doesn't even know where a third baseman is, so the shortstop from the opposite team says, Shay, go this way to go to third. So everybody's going, Shay, run to third, go. So now Shay's on third, the ball's way out there, and now both teams, the opposite team and his members are saying, Shay, go home. So the two people ahead of them are already home, and Shay hits the home run and makes his day, and everybody is just totally overjoyed and ecstatic, and he just is just glowing, So that story, beckons the question about, what if we put winning aside? Because winning is such a cultural expectation, I think, that we've all been socialized into. What happens when our internal compass is in our hearts and not thinking about winning, whatever the event, whatever the topic, whatever the argument? Or wanting things done a certain way, like how the dishes are put in the dishwasher or some silly little things like that, how different people park or whatever. Because I know the dishes in the dishwasher, man, couples go crazy over that one. All right, so what did we learn? What did we learn about the baseball story? Well, we learned that his dad was very present. His dad had taken the time before they started to walk to really empty his mind, and he was very present to his son. He went out of his comfort zone because he didn't think the kids were going to let him play, but he approached anyway. And he really heard his son's desires, didn't he? Yeah. He followed his inner guidance. He takes the risks. And the kids they're tuned in and tapped in. The kids usually are. And they have a generosity of spirit. So I think clearing our mind and being present to one another is really a good lesson for this one. So the third story is from a book I read actually a number of decades ago. And it was on one of those libraries' favorite shelves, and it was called The Power of the Powerless. And I thought I ought to show you the book because there's something else on the internet that's called The Power of the Powerless. And I didn't want you to get confused in case anybody wants to read the book. So this is a story about a brother of a brother who was born powerless. So Oliver, throughout his whole life, he never left his bed. He was completely dependent on others to keep him alive. So his brother Christopher, the writer, he starts dating, he brings a girl home, and they have dinner with the family, and afterwards he says, hey, would you like to meet my brother Oliver, who of course was upstairs in a bed in a bedroom. And the girl says no. So he said it was like somebody slapped him in the face. So he ditched that girlfriend. So then he comes with another girlfriend, and this girlfriend has dinner with the family, and he says, would you like to meet my brother Oliver? And girl says, oh, yeah. So they go up, and Oliver ate out of a little red bowl. So the Christopher is feeding Oliver spoonful by spoonful, and she's sitting watching him. And then she says, hey, can I feed Oliver? So, she starts feeding Oliver. And the writer asks the reader, now, who would you marry? So, of course, he marries the second girlfriend. And Christopher, the writer, says, I'm the father, I'm the husband, I'm the brother, I'm the friend, I'm the uncle I am today because of Oliver. And you might ask, well, what was Oliver's purpose anyway? Was he like a bodhisattva, who could just stay in bed and meditate all the time, and people thought he needed a little food, and he just came to teach that family something? Or, what was his purpose? And what did Oliver's mother have to say? Well, she said quite a bit. She said it was hard to express what a burden it was to be his mother. She said it pierced her to her very depth. It ripped apart the very fabric of her life when they discovered how severely different Oliver was going to be all of his life. And I love the word different here. She said her whole world appeared darkened. She said she couldn't understand. She didn't understand. Holding Oliver over and saying the Lord's Prayer over and over again. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. She said she just couldn't understand this trial, and she was trying to trust God. And she realized that God's ways are not our ways. Anybody realize that? God's ways are not our ways? Okay, I see a lot of yes heads there, yeah. So she was confined to the house with 5 small children. She had no support because her husband was out working. And she was held still. She was forced to be stilled. And she had a restless kind of spirit. She liked being outside. She liked doing things. And so she realized that through the silence and the solitude that was being put on her, she was being prepared to understand the Spirit of God working through her. She said sorrow opened her heart, and she underwent many deaths. The many trials by fire, many crucifixions left her renewed and powerful and more consciously alive. She said she had to guard herself against self-pity. And anybody that is a caregiver can relate, right? Because sometimes you can feel like imprisoned. She said it was an exhausting experience to be with 5 small children. I know some of you know this, doing the same mundane work in and out every day. She said her life felt narrowed with these little trivial concerns. And then she understood that, often women today who have small children, they feel kind of imprisoned, they feel like they're out of the mainstream. So that reminds us all, to make contact with people who we feel cut off or we don't see in church for a week or 2. She said she used prayers to get through it all. Oliver lived into his 30s. He didn't change much. His body was a 10-year-old, and his hands and feet were of a 5-year-old. He was unable to lift his head. He was unable to learn anything. His mother said, he was such a hopeless case and such a precious gift to our whole family. While caring for Oliver, she had the awareness that ministering to him, she was in some mysterious ways ministering to the unknown brothers and sisters who are grieving and in pain throughout the world. And through Oliver, she learned the deepest meaning of compassion. So here we're reminded that every little thing we do, every small act of kindness, we think, oh, that doesn't matter much, but it does, that whatever we do has that rippling effect throughout humanity. It's being whatever doing and being whatever is on our path. And, we always have to ask ourselves, do we harvest it and make a good, rich compost, or are we going to do something else, or do we see it as a soul's lesson on our journey? So, because we can't even understand really where people are, where they're going, what they're going through, what's happening with them. So what were the many gifts of Oliver? Many gifts were compassion. All of their members of their family are more compassionate. They're service-oriented. They're more cooperative. They're generous. They're patient. They're understanding. They're less quick to judge others. Their mother found God, and their mom ministered to others. So we have to include self-compassion, defined as extending compassion to oneself in instances of perceived inadequacy, failure, or general suffering. The elements of self-compassion, remembering we're human and we're here to learn. I was practicing with a group this week, and I didn't do as well. We have 2 perfectionists in the group, so I didn't do as well. And, I had to just remind myself of be compassionate, and that we're learning. Like, this is where we're learning. This is why we're practicing. So we have to remember we're human, we're here to learn, and we have to remind ourselves, too, how important self-compassion is. And when might not we be as compassionate as we would like to be? Well, we can be in self-observation, and we can realize, that halt, that if we're hungry or angry or lonely or tired, we might not have our physical needs met, and we might have a short circuit or not even be aware of another person to offer compassion. We can be overcommitted and feel like there's too many things on our plate and we can't offer compassion to anybody. We can have repressed emotions that we're still feeling because we haven't expressed them, so we don't want to offer, or we're not even available to offer compassion. Or we can be too fast. We can, put too many things in our schedule and going too fast. I found this slide, I really liked it. The planet does not need more successful people. The planet desperately needs more peacemakers, healers, restorers, storytellers, and lovers of all kind. So we're not powerless. Every goodwill, every kind gesture makes a difference. Taking moments during the day, even just a minute, to breathe deeply, center ourselves, look away from devices, be outside if you can, enjoy nature, adds peace to our world. And when we practice self-care, we're more likely to generate compassion and acts of kindness. And I really love this slide. This had to be from one of our gifted dyslexic or ADHD people who have strokes of geniuses, but they saw the word love in revolution. And can we think that we are just love, that's our reason for being? Namaste.
Let us prepare for meditation.
What if a prayer is not a plea, a desperate call with tears that fall on bended knee, but breathing out and breathing in, it's God in me that lives and breathes, my trusted friend. My life is a prayer that God is praying. My thoughts are words that God is saying. My laughter is the sound of angels playing. My life is a prayer that God is praying.
What if today I had the chance to move and sway? God leads the way in my life's dance. What if I knew?
If I knew,
without a doubt, no need to fear, God's right here, within, without.
my life is a prayer that God is praying. My thoughts are words that God is saying. My laughter is the sound of angels playing. My life is a prayer that God is praying. My life is a prayer that God is praying. My thoughts are words that God is saying. My laughter is the sound of angels playing. My life is a prayer that God is praying. My life is a prayer that God is praying. My life is a
And what a beautiful way to start our meditation. So this is the time in our service where we want to quiet our minds, taking really full, deep breaths. Really, when you taking a deep breath, you feel those ribs expand, not just straight up, but really feel your rib cage expand. And letting that breath all the way out. And as we take a couple of those deep breaths, we immediately feel calmer, more centered, more peaceful. And we mentally let everything go, the rest of the day before, the tomorrow. Put those thoughts on a shelf, knowing we have plenty of time to think them. And if we've been emotionally tugged or we're feeling not as bright and sunny from this lack of sunshine this week, we know we're not our emotions, and we just put our emotions aside and just be very present. And as we just practice being here and now, and if your mind feels bitty and you need some mantra, you can just repeat, some kind of word that I am, or I am one with God, and just keep bringing it back to your breath as we spend just a few full moments in the silence. And now as we gently and gracefully bring our attention back to this time and place, as we feel the breeze on our face maybe, and we feel our body making contact with our cushion chair there. We give thanks for these moments in peace, in the quiet, remembering that that still small voice is always there, waiting for us to just quiet our mind and listen.
Thank you, Reverend Marge, for that wonderful message today. So needed, as always. So this is our opportunity to give back what we receive each and every day. But first, I'd like to ask if there's anybody here for the first time here at Unity of Charlottesville, if you want to raise your hand a little bit. Hey, hi, welcome. I thought you looked new. Glad to see you today. Are you just visiting or moved to Charlottesville? Okay, great. So come on down to fellowship and mingle more with some people if you want. And for those of you out there in YouTube land, if you're here for the first time, welcome. Come in and see us sometime. So we make it easy to give here at Unity. You can text to give, that number right there. You can also get onto the Tithely app or through our website, or you can just do it the old-fashioned way, right here, right now, into the butterfly net. We appreciate all the gifts that you give. So we like to take those gifts and let's bless them at this time. Together? Divine love, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. We're not quite set up here. John's not here, so prayers for John, who's been dealing with vertigo. We miss John. Is that one there too? We're ready now.
Am I strong enough to bear the burdens that sometimes come living a thing called life? Am I wise enough to make the right decisions when I'm standing at the fork in the road? Sometimes I wander and ponder, only to realize I'm not alone and there's nothing I have to do on my own. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has his being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has his being. I am the place where God shows up. Will I have enough to do the things I need to do to take care of myself? Will I have the health of mind and body to live a life of grace and wholeness. Sometimes I wonder and ponder, only to realize I'm not alone and there's nothing I have to do on my own. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has his being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has his feeling. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place. You are the place. We are the place where God shows up. I am the place. You are the place. We are the place where God shows up. Moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up.
Whew. We are so blessed each and every day, and we give thanks for all the gifts that we receive, one of which was Blair Jones and her band and all the music that we have here. So thank you. Blessings. And just a quick reminder, we do have pastoral care available here. If you are in need of prayer, hospital visits, anything, you're home, sheltered at home, please call the office, or you can email pastoral care at Unity Charlottesville. We appreciate all of the gifts and the giving today. Bob and Greg up in the sound booth. Blessing team was Buddy Leffers, right? We got Tamsin back there helping out. Had a few people ill, so anybody who's not feeling well today, we send you healing thoughts. And of course, our music team with Blair Jones, as always. Blair, do you want to tell me who all is?
Yes, because we are the high-flying Dove Band. We need to come up with a name for our
That
band.
sounds good. I like it.
Blue O'Connell and Ty Carr, Jim Polson, and Stevie Meyer. And of course, our wonderful singers, Karen Macy, Kevin Morrison, Rhonda Cooley.
And me. Yeah. And also a big thank you to Reverend Marge Brown, who, guess what, will be here next week, too. And her message will be Remembrance and Progressing Beyond War. Sounds like a good one. And so thank you, everyone. Let's stand. And let's say our prayer for protection together. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. And wherever God is, all is well. Oh yeah, don't forget healing helpers over there and prayer partners here.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, united all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony.
And as we go forth this week, let us be the place where God shows up.
Yes.